What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the PS5 career mode. This is episode number 12, and today we are returning with the season finale as we take part in the championship playoffs. Yes, after finishing 4th place in our debut season in the championship, we go into the 4-team playoffs as we'll be taking on Norwich City with the first leg coming at Carrow Road. And I would say we are the best two teams in these playoffs heading in to the first leg here at Carrow Road as well. Cardiff City just snuck in it in 6th place, and whilst Nottingham Forest did leapfrog us on the final day to go into 3rd, I still believe personally both us and the Canaries are better than Nottingham Forest in terms of the teams we both got. So heading in to the first leg here at Carrow Road, I felt whoever was to win this tie would have the best chance of getting promoted. I saw Norwich as the most difficult opponent of the 3 we could face. I was not looking forward to the first leg, and oh my goodness gracious me, 11 minutes in, we almost fell behind straight away. Hugill firing that shot just wide the post as it was still goalless, and a real let off there as we were still tied at 0-0. And half an hour in, our first chance falling here, Charlie Kelman spots the run of Ilyas Sher. Great ball through to Bright Osei Samuel. And a clinical finish by our winger as well to put us in front with 14 minutes to go in the first half. They've been 2 of our best players this season, if not the best 2 players this season. Ilyas Sher got more assists than anyone else in the championship this year, so it was no surprise to see him get one in the playoff semi-final as well. Bright with some great end of season form as well, gets another goal, makes it 1-0 QPR, and 10 minutes later a chance to double our lead. Bright down the right, spots the overlapping run of Jed, picks him out, plays it across the edge of the 6-yard area, and Ilyas Sher, I tell you this right now, in my opinion, whilst we did have only one representative in the team of the season, and I said we had quite a few snubs, I think Ilyas Sher not getting a call-up was an absolute crime against football. I mean, seriously, the dude this year has been different class all season long, and one of the main reasons why we made the playoffs. So in the first half, he took it personally. He took that team of the season snub personally, set up the first goal, scored the second, and to break, the Canaries were shell-shocked. 2-0 down through Bright and Ilyas in absolutely electric form. So heading into the second half here, just past the hour mark, still leading by 2. I didn't sit on the 2-goal lead in the second half either. I looked for a third goal, and as Omar stepped in for the left, rolled it across to Kelman. Well, this was absolutely awesome to see. Charlie Kelman has been in great form in recent weeks. And, you know, I'd say probably our 3 best players of the season all got on the score sheet in this semi-final first leg as well. First Bright, then Ilyas, and then Kelman as well, making it 3-0 just past the hour mark. And the Canaries were absolutely stunned. I said we were the best 2 teams in the championship, and the funny thing is, this was nowhere near as one-sided as the scoreline suggests. In fact, you'll see in the final 10 minutes here, Norwich had 2 golden chances to grab themselves a consolation in the game, but a route back into the tie, heading back to West London. But Liam Kelly, our Scottish goalkeeper, who in my opinion was snubbed for the Golden Boot this year, Ben Foster won it despite playing more games, made a couple of brilliant one-on-one saves. The first, fantastic, denying a header from point-blank range, as he held onto the clean sheet. We held onto the 3-0 scoreline, and we've got 1 foot in the playoff final, heading back to the Kiyan Prince Foundation Stadium. You see by the stats as well, I'm not exaggerating, this is a really, really balanced game. Hugill missed a golden chance right at the start of the game, 2 great saves by Kelly right towards the end of the match as well. I thought it would come down to who wanted it more. In the end, it came down to who was more clinical. That was us. We win the game by 3-0. Again, a really unflattering scoreline, but because of that scoreline, we head back to West London knowing if we keep Norwich at bay and only concede 2 or fewer goals, then we will be going to the playoff final. And because we had the best defensive record in the division as well, I think we've got not just 1 foot in the final, but I'd say half our body in the final. We're up to our waist in the playoff final right now. We're surely heading there. There's no way we were going to concede 3 goals at the Kiyan Prince Foundation Stadium in the second leg of the semi-final. Absolutely no chance whatsoever. But still, despite that, either way, I was going to pick the strongest lineup possible for the second leg, not taking any chances. I know that even if we were to get to the final, the game would come on the weekend, so we wouldn't have a fully fit side perhaps, but I still was going to take any chances and still pick my strongest lineup possible for the Tuesday night clash. Because again, Norwich played well in the first leg, and yeah, we were just more clinical than the Canaries. They played just as good as us, if not even slightly better. So in the second leg here, there was no chance in the first half whatsoever. I've got to be honest, I played real game management in this game, knowing we didn't need to score and just keep our defence tight. I really conserved energy with my players, not to burn them out for the potential playoff final on the weekend, and just pass the ball around. And just past the hour mark, once again, Liam Kelly with another amazing save, and Johan Barbet clearing the a follow-up shot off the line. If that didn't sum our season up right there, then nothing did. Kelly with a great save and Barbet with a great piece of defending as well. 50 minutes ago, Kelly did indeed ensure he would get back-to-back clean sheets here in the playoff semi-finals. 0-0 at the final score. Not the most action-packed of games, but a 3-0 aggregate scoreline as we are into the playoff final in the first season with Queen's Park Rangers. All about defence over these two legs. And at Wembley, we'll be taking on the team that finished in 6th, the lowest ranked team in the playoffs, Neil Harris's Cardiff, who beat Nottingham Forest in the second leg by 1-0. So the playoff final is going to be QPR versus Cardiff City for the right for a place in the Premier League, and it's coming right now. Okay guys, so welcome to the live part of episode number 12. It is indeed going to be the playoff final at Wembley against Super Neil Harris and his Bluebirds. Just before we dive into the game though, some of you guys have been asking what my slider settings are for this career mode. They are all default and untouched at 50 on legendary gameplay. Although you will notice the injury frequency and severity have been turned up quite a bit for the user. Injury frequency is 80, that's why we had quite a few injuries this season, and severity is 55. I'm still debating tweaking these a little bit, as we have had quite a couple of serious injuries this year, but for the most part I think it's quite realistic, and again, that's the most important thing we're looking for in this career mode is realistic gameplay with a realistic rate of injuries as well. So yeah, playoff final against Cardiff City. I got to be honest, man, I'm feeling like incredibly confident for this as well. Cardiff were the lowest seeded team in the playoffs. They only just about got in there by 3 points. They scored even fewer goals than us this season. We only had 62 all season long, but they only got 60. I feel very confident indeed. You know, I thought Norwich and us were the best two teams this season in the playoffs, so whoever was going to win that semi-final will be favourites of the game at Wembley. So no changes to our team, of course. This is the team that beat Norwich in the first leg and drew 0-0 in the second. There is going to be no Charles Ball, but hopefully we won't need the kid, and let's see if we can deliver the playoff final at Wembley and get ourselves to the Premier League.
Thank you for attending today's match. Will you please make some noise?
Richards out to Bright, and it's got Byrne on the overlap and finds him, and Jack's found a pocket space. Goal! Great save at the near post and headed away as well. Possibly could have cut across the face of the goal there. Thought I might be able to catch him out at the near post. Couldn't do so. Cardiff escape. Golden chance, but early shot on target. Good start. Last time Cardiff were in the Premier League was 8 years ago. That was when they were relegated. We were relegated the following season. And Cardiff have taken the lead. 31 minutes in, the underdogs, but expect the unexpected. Brought Kelly off his line, chipped over into the far corner, and the Bluebirds have taken the lead. Brilliant ball over the top. Omar playing catch up. Beaten all ends up, and what a brilliant finish into the far corner by Harry Wilson. Dinked over Kelly. Nestled into the bottom corner. Perfect trajectory. We talked about chip shots being OP. They are for you and for the AI as well. We made the brightest start, but now we fall behind, and it's Cardiff who have the lead. We've got quality on the bench. Lyndon Dykes, Chris Willock, Adoma's on there. He started the season off quite well. So I feel we've got options to bring on, but not the option I feel like we need, as Kelman's pass is deflected and Cardiff win it straight back. And I've got to say, as we are just about to enter half-time, we could redo with at least a chance to give ourselves some confidence. Kelman looking for Bright. Keeps it in play. Jed tackled, cleared. Cardiff are in front at half-time. 45 minutes to go. Plenty of time, whole other half to go. But I gotta say, I'm feeling very, very nervous indeed. Come on, QPR. I feel like I need to up the intensity in this second half. You know, he had a good early chance through Jack Byrne. I really should have cut it across the face of the 6-yard area. But now, I'm feeling quite pessimistic, I must say. Again, I've got boys on the bench I could bring off, but not Charles. And I know if the teenage wonder kid was on there, he'd be the first name I'm calling for to start this second half off. Cardiff know as well. If they can just keep hold of the ball, we're going to struggle to create too many chances. It's very difficult to get the ball to the AI in this game. So it's all about how they manage it now. If they can just control possession, this final is theirs. But as they surrender possession... Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Come on. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Burn. Kelman, he's off. He's off. It's a clinical finish, but he's offside. I called it already. You can celebrate as much as you like. The goal is not going to stand. Lovely little build-up play and a good start to the second half. 2 shots on target in 10 minutes. 1 find the back of the net. But as you'll see on the replay, correctly disallowed. And it was, well, very, very obviously an offside decision, which was correctly made. Plenty of time, but still trailing. This might just be one of those games, man. I swear. It's Kelman. Oh, off the post. Yes. Oh. Huge, huge, huge sigh of relief. Charlie off the woodwork. Gets it straight back. And with 20 minutes to go, we found our equalising goal. Brilliant through ball. Hits the post. But fortune favours us there. Right back to him, and the American tucks it home. Back on level terms, 20 minutes to go, and let's go for the winner now. Let's not go for extra time, let's go for the winner. We've been the better team, let's find that winning goal. So one late chance in the game. Burn, Share, Kelman. Oh, well, to be fair, he might not have got on the end of it. It was quite an over-hit pass, to be fair. But either way, 30 minutes to go as we head into extra time. 1-1. And it's not over yet. Oh my, what a weird game. Come on. So extra time begins. I'm going to double change. Chris Woodlock is on for Jack Byrne for more pace and energy down the left-hand side. And Dominic Bull has come on for Luke Amos as well, for more of a defence-minded player in the holding midfield slot. I do feel confident there'll be one good chance for either team in this extra time period. But the question is, who's going to get it and can they take it? I think we've been the better team on the balance of play, but based on what I've seen in this game, again, it could go either way. It's also worth pointing out I'm not very good at penalties, and I really would not fancy my chances of holding my nerve either. Ah, it's a shocking ball. So, yeah, I really feel like if we are to win this, we need to win it in extra time. And there's Willock. Yes! Player of the season, Ilyasher. Willock off the bench with the fresh legs and pace, and the Moroccan puts us in front for the first time. Could that be the goal that sends us in to the Premier League? Great little burst of pace from Will down left hand side. Just waited and waited and waited for Ilias to get into the right area, and as soon as he did, rolled it across to him, and I had the confidence. He's been our player of the season, mostly known for his assists, but he's chalked him with quite a lot of goals as well. 3rd highest scorer in the team, and the biggest goal of the season on the biggest stage. QPR lead, and we're in front for the first time. Seconds separate us from the Premier League. We've held our nerve in this second half extra time. Just got to keep them at bay for just 1 minute longer. Ref, where is that final whistle? Are you serious? Come on. Yes, there it is. And it's over. We come from behind to win it at Wembley, trailing at half-time, but turn the game on its head. And we are heading to the Premier League. 2 on the final score. Kelman with a leveller after in a Mottas through ball. And in an extra time, a brilliant surging run from Willock off the bench. And our player of the season, Ilyasher, keeping his composure and sending us in to the Premier League. It's over. I said we were favourites after we knocked out Norwich. I felt whoever won that semi-final would have the best chance of going up. And whilst we made hard work of it, we've delivered. Premier League, here we come. Well, I will say this, as Bright Osei Samu, who we made captain during the season after Jeff Cameron's announcement that he'll be departing to Norwich for next season, I think we're going to need to strengthen mightily to survive in our first year back in the Premier League for next season. This was not what I was predicting at the start of the season. I thought playoffs was a possibility, possibly just sneaking in there, but due to our fantastic end of season form and our rock solid defence all throughout the course of the campaign as well, I guess it's not that surprising, you know, that we do have the scenes of jubilation come the end. of the playoffs here. Going up with a trophy, winning the playoff final, but we will need to strengthen next season, no doubt about it. This team is nowhere near good enough to stay in the Premier League on its own merit at the moment. I don't know what transfer policy the board will give to me for Season 2, but I must say, I'm looking forward to Premier League football. I do believe that we are one of the stronger teams in the Championship now, but whether we're good enough for Premier League football yet, well, I'm not too sure about that one. So, Championship, playoff champions, QPR heading to the Premier League. We had some incredible seasons this year individually from some of our players. Bright Osei Samuel, Charlie Kelman, Ilias Sher, of course, those two scoring in this final here as well. Liam Kelly was sublime all season long. Omar Richards was great, as was Barbet. But in the end, in the final, statistically here, you can see we definitely deserved it, in my opinion. Kind of a couple of great chances, scored one through Wilson. I thought we were the better team throughout the course of the game. And whilst Ilias Sher scored the game winner, he was our player of the season, I only gave man of the match to Andy Rinomhota. I thought he was all over the pitch all game long, exactly while we signed him on transfer deadline day. Won the ball back quite a few times as well, and of course set up the first goal with a lovely free ball to Charlie as well. So Rinomhota, my man of the match, but we are up to the Premier League, and I am absolutely buzzing about that. Come on. And so to end Season 1, guys, what we're going to do real briefly is take a look at the player contracts that are expiring come the end of the season. As you can see, quite a few players will be leaving on free transfers for next season. As we know, Jeff was going to Carrow Road anyway, but I think all of these players are going to go. I might give a contract to Duke McKenna. I thought he did okay in the very limited game time. Say with Charlie Owens, but I probably will give Charlie Owens a new deal. But I think everyone else is going to let go on a free transfer. I'm not sure they've got Premier League quality now, or possibly even for the future as well. We'll have one final look at the Championship table, which I showed you in the very last episode as well. We do indeed go up to the Premier League after our playoff finish, for us finishing 4th this year with the best defensive record in the division all season long. Absolutely delighted. That's what the board wanted for us from Season 1. And as well, I will show you how the Premier League finished in Season 1 as well. I've already seen it. Very interesting indeed. As you can see, Chelsea were not crowned champions. Has this seriously not been fixed yet, EA? Now, at the start of the episode, I wonder if I've still got the footage recorded. If I do, I'll overlay it on the screen for you. But at the start of the episode, 38 games in, Chelsea were champions. But I've talked about this many times before. The other leagues are always just so random. They just change. It seems whenever you load the save up. But not just that, just when you've advanced in the calendar for a couple of weeks, look, the same amount of games can be the same. But the bottom 3 has changed. Well, that's just so weird. The bottom 3 were Fulham, Aston Villa and Sheffield United. But instead it's West Brom, Sheffield United and Brighton that are going down instead. Absolutely bizarre, but I assume that will be the final league table in the end then. And that's kind of annoying because I had planned to sign a couple of Aston Villa players for next season if we were to get promoted, including you-know-who in Jack Grealish. Wow, fair enough. But whilst that can be quite frustrating to break the immersion out, the most important thing is we did deliver and then some in our debut season as QPR manager. Heading to the Premier League and exceeding our Championship objective. We were knocked out one round earlier in the FA Cup than the board asked us to get to, but no shame in losing to Leicester City at the King Power in the 3rd round, so I'm not really too fussed about that. And for all the things the board asked of us in the first season as well, you know, keeping our squad quite young, you know, trying to assemble a British and Irish core, bringing in Jack Byrne was the Irish player, of course Omar Richards, Jed Spence and Rinomhota, all English players. We did that with a transfer policy this season, you know, prioritising younger players and also developing an English core as well. We did have those 2 players come out of the youth academy, and Charles Ball to stand out, but also Tomlinson. There was another player as well, wasn't there? Oh yeah, Burton as well. So we exceeded that objective the board gave to us at the start of the season as well. I guess the one thing we haven't done is hired a second youth scout. Of course, the board asked for us at the start of the season to hire a second youth scout. I wonder just how much we can get in our... Oh. Basically nothing more there. So I think we're probably going to fail that objective the board gave to us at the start of the season of hiring a new youth scout. Yeah, we're going to fall short of one, which I would say is good enough to be part of our youth setup. So I think, yeah, I'm going to leave the budget as it is and not do any more things between now and the end of the season, apart from possibly extended contracts with Owens and Duke McKenna as well. and look to get a new youth scout in for season 2, where we will have Premier League football. So that will do it then for the first season of the PS5 Career Mode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed our debut season at the Kai & Prince Foundation Stadium, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the PS5 Career Mode, where we'll begin a new season as we are going to the Premier League with Queen's Park Rangers very soon. Much love, guys. Bye now.